Hello, welcome to the condensed version of EDU 612-702, Using Technology to Teach Social Studies. This video will be kind of an overview of Moodle, the Moodle shell, some of the resources that are available to you in the Moodle shell, and also an overview of the assignments in week 1. Because this is a condensed course, many of the modules are very content and even assignment heavy, so I'd ask that you kind of figure out as we go through this week a good way to budget your time and make time for this course, because it is an intensive clinical class that will require some perseverance on your part. Also know that I'm available as a resource to you as we go throughout the term. If you need anything, my email is here for you, and I've also put my cell phone number here so you can reach out to me via text and we can set up a phone call if that's easier for you to communicate. In Moodle, there's some general forums for you. This is an announcement forum where I will be posting weekly announcements. I will be posting module overviews, weekly wrap-ups, etc. This is a general course discussion forum. If you have a question that you feel other students might also benefit from seeing the answer to, you can post here and students can jump in as they see fit and if they can. And that would be a place for questions that you feel the general population of our class would benefit from seeing the answer to. This is also a student lounge available to you and your classmates so that you can share resources, engage in discussions, etc. Under course resources, there's a variety of items available to you. The 8-week syllabus that I'd like you to download and look at, please. Like I said, each module is assignment heavy, and this will give an overview of the assignments and the content for you. There's also the standards that we'll be discussing and integrating into our curriculum units and frameworks and other resources for you here. In Module 1, you will begin diving right into course content and starting to plan and think about some of the major assignments that are part of this course. One of the largest pieces of this course is developing a 10-lesson social studies unit. If you choose to do 2 smaller 5-lesson units, you may do that as well on 2 different topics, but many students choose to do one 10-lesson social studies unit. Meet with your cooperating teacher and discuss social studies topics and content that's coming up in their curriculum in the next week or 2, and plan a time to sit down with them so that you can discuss when you might begin to take over the social studies classroom, what lessons you might teach, what unit you might take over, so that you can begin getting an idea of what your 10-lesson unit might look like. Once you plan and implement that unit in our course, or plan the content of that unit in our course, you will implement it in the classroom. Please keep track of any of your teaching hours in your teaching log that will be checked by your FPF when they come to observe one of those 10 lessons. I will also check that teaching log halfway through the course, as well as at the end of the course. I'd also like you to start keeping both a technology log or a professional log for you to store your electronic resources, basically any websites that you find, any organizational tools. It's kind of like an electronic journal where you can store notes about technology and technological tools that you find helpful as you plan your lessons. And then also a collaboration log where you keep track of hours that you spend in professional development with your colleagues. So attending PLC meetings or department head meetings, focus groups, or professional development hours would go into your collaboration log. Next, you'll want to start thinking about a possible case study student that's present in the general ed population classroom that you'll be teaching your social studies unit in. So you'll be selecting a student that has learning difficulties that you can focus your reflective analysis of student work on. So you'll be submitting a series of 3 RESWs to your FPF. Please coordinate with her about the due dates of those RESWs. And you'll have to select a case study student on which to complete that reflective analysis. So this student should be part of the general education population that you'll be delivering your social studies unit to, but you will identify their specific needs so that you can have them in the forefront of your mind during the implementation of your social studies lessons. So you'll be identifying a student that has documented learning problems that you've observed, that whom you'll be able to work with during the implementation of your unit. I'd like you to fill out the case study profile form. It's in the course forms folder at the front page of our Moodle shell, and it gives both your FPF and myself some background information about this student so that we can have it in our mind as we look at the RASW data that you'll be tracking over that 3-week period. Content for this week includes reviewing both the New Hampshire Social Studies frameworks, the arts curriculum frameworks, as well as the National Education Technology Standards for students and teachers. These are all standards that you will be integrating into your 10-lesson unit. So your unit, of course, needs to center upon social studies standards for your grade level, but it also needs to embed both arts standards as well as technology standards. So please start exploring those curriculum frameworks and the standards and talking to your cooperating teacher about which you might target and embed into your social studies unit. As a supplement to exploring the technology standards, you will also be in the discussion forum looking at a video about a new teacher and how she integrates technology and experiences technology with her students in her classroom. So I'd like you to create a post here in our discussion forum about the big takeaways about using technology in your teaching, what you've learned, what questions you should ask yourself when planning lessons to incorporate technology. So that will be done in our discussion forum. Please post an initial post by Wednesday and then respond to 2 of your colleagues by Friday. If you happen to be the only student in the course, then I may engage a few questions for you to respond to by the end of the week. The next thing you will do is come back to the front of our module and start exploring this concept of TPAC. TPAC stands for the technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge that good teachers sort of seamlessly integrate into their practice. So once this pulls up, you can see a graphic organizer of all these components of TPAC and how your pedagogical knowledge, which includes all of these things, impacts and integrates with your technical knowledge, as well as your content knowledge about subject matter. And just this whole idea that a good teacher encompasses each of these areas of knowledge, and I'd like you to reflect on that in essay format. So you'll do that here in the TPAC essay assignment, and that'll be a formal assignment submitted to me through Moodle. There's an article here for you, there's the graphic organizer to look at, and I'd like you just to write a 1-page essay reflecting on how TPAC and that whole concept of these different pieces of knowledge will inform your instructional planning in this course and your future as an educator. Please adhere to APA format. There's some resources here for you as guides as you're going through your paper and refreshing your memory on APA format for you. And finally, the last assignment in Module 1 will be to start blogging. So what I'd like you to do is to create a blog and start a weekly blogging process. So what you will do is you're going to create a blog account. I have some suggestions here for you, but you can choose any online web tool for blogging that you would like. And I'd like you to share that live link with me via this assignment so that I can start following your blog posts. I'd like you to post 1 blog post each week for each week of this course. I've listed some content ideas, some topic ideas for your blogging, but you're really free to choose any topic that you or your cooperating teacher feels that might be beneficial for you to reflect on. So it could be social studies standards and content. It could be the process of developing and implementing your unit. It could be about implementing the arts or technology standards into your teaching, or whatever kind of strikes you throughout the week. It could just be reflections on this course. Basically, what I want you to do is be comfortable with having some sort of journal that tracks your growth and learning as an educator. I'd like to be able to look back after these 8 weeks and see the growth in your posts, and I think it would be a nice both a stress relieving tool for you and a nice way to synthesize what we're learning in this course and how you're able to implement those ideas into your practice in the classroom. So like I said, this is a content heavy course to begin with, but particularly in Module 1 because you need to get all of these big assignments kind of underway. So please take it piece by piece, take your time with it, and know that I'm here for you if you need to reach out to me in any way. All right, good luck.